Alright, Bobo the Vulture, everybody. It's time to start heading down the road to the end of the regular season, which is definitely time for the kettle. Yes. Oh man, I'm gonna have tea, and it's almost time for the regular season to end, and it looks like we might clinch the AFC East soon. This is gonna be the best video ever, guys. I believe I already set the auto skip, but let's make sure here. Yes, auto skip to week 16. So let's go ahead and start the game. It's going to go ahead and emulate the matches. Now, if Miami loses this week, they probably will no longer be eligible to win the AFC East. So, oh, the Dallas Cowboys, they're pointing to the sky. Look, everybody. It's not raining out. I thought we played in a dome. What's going on? Yeah, a lot of good consoles. Oh, you have an N64. Bean keeps saying she wants an N64. Which that's what it is, Lethal. They're like, hey, what happened? I thought it was a dome, yo. Don't they play in the Astrodome, or no? Probably not anymore. They might still play in a dome, but I'm guessing it's probably not the Houston Astrodome. Although that's where the Astros played. I wonder where they were playing at this point in time. Somebody might... Where's the dome, yo? I'm sorry, I really appreciate that. Man, now I'm genuinely curious. I'll have to look that up on Wikipedia later, unless somebody else does it first. The Bills have never, to my knowledge, had a home field that was an enclosed stadium, despite living in one of the snowiest climates for an NFL franchise. You guys are going to return? That's what I wanted to do anyways. Chris Christie tells you the weather. It's sunny. It's not Chris Christie. It's Steve Christie. But, you know. Chris Christie's a lot more in the news lately. Still have your N64, but it's bricked. Never forgive myself for giving my Genesis to a friend years ago. Yeah. I hear that.
Ready, set, put.
Let's go ahead and throw a sack out too. Is that Jeff George?
Ready, set.
Ooh, he's back in the shotgun position. I may have picked the right D here. I didn't, but...
Ready, set, put.
There we go. Safety for Keith Willis. I wonder if that'll also count in the stats as a sack. I know it was a sack. I don't know whether or not the game counts that as a sack. The game has some weird peculiarities in the rules. Can't forgive myself for taking my broken Genesis back to the store when I could have had it fixed. Alright, Ninja Foxmaster, you want to have the ultimate case of retro gaming collector's remorse? I used to work at a KB Toys franchise, at a KB Toys outlet store franchise, and we got a shipment of like 3 or 4 Atari Jaguars, and we were selling them for $20 because nobody wanted an Atari Jaguar. These were brand new in the box, everything they could possibly have. They had never been sold. Atari Jaguars. Had a bunch of them. Some guy came in and was like, oh yeah, I know 3 other guys that have them. I want to pick one up so that we can get local network Doom going on. Which was probably amazing. Lethal Feline. The design prompted Cowboys linebacker D.D. Lewis to make his now famous and much paraphrased quip, Texas Stadium has a hole in its roof so God can watch his favorite team play. That's an excerpt from the Pedia. Well, this is not looking very good. Run for it, Kelly! Surely God is not hindered by roofs. Well, yeah, but you don't want to try and hinder God. Now, Ninja Foxmaster, the other side of that retro gaming coin is that we also had Tiger Game Comms for $20. And I didn't pounce on that one either.
First down.
Why lead? Don't want Jesus to not buy a ticket. Oops. Nice catch there, Blanco Nino. Too bad my ass just got sacked. That wasn't very good. Can we make this back? Well, 10-yard gain will help. 3rd and 4. How are we looking? How are we looking? Hut, 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 hut. Let's run out before everybody else murders us. Concentrating on the ground game does seem to be good for our team's health. Alright. Although, that said, let's try and mix it up just a little. See whether or not anybody ends up not covered, and nobody does. Run for it, Jim!
First down.
The Seinfeld intro is the soundbite. I don't know if that actually is. I'll have to think about that the next time I miss a kick or I don't get the first down.
First down.
Ooh, wide open spaces for our man. Jerry, did you see it? They got a first down. Fortunately, I hate to say it, but I'm not sure that Michael Richards would be the guy to talk to about some of our players. That wasn't the right call. Direct snap to Thurman Thomas is sometimes a difficult play to get worked out.
Touchdown.
The enemy QB is the apartment door. Well, no, Thurman Thomas is only playing on the offense. Keith Willis, he's one of our linemen who seems to. Oh, there we go. Who does seem to break down quarterbacks. And Cornelius Bennett, he's one of the others. Phil Hansen, I think he's our center. Well, not our center, but yeah, center lineman. Ah! Oh man, that was almost another touchdown from Maddox.
Red 24. Red 24. Hut. Hut.
They may be on to that play.
Blue 43. Blue 43. Hut. 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 Touchdown.
Colts, yes, another horse-based team. You got the Broncos, you got the Colts. The Cowboys, kind of. Even though their helmets have lightning bolts on them, some would argue that the Chargers name is a... That's right, the Buffalo Bills are, of course, a serial killer-themed team. What we do is we take the quarterbacks, we feed them a little bit, get them nice and tubby, and moisten up their bodies, get the lotion on them, then skin them and make a suit. Bruce Smith doing his job for it. This is Stan Peters. Stan Peters, are we talking CFL now? Yeah, there's Mustangs. Rough Riders are horsemen, right? Just came to you that this game is in 1991. You're probably this is getting late on in the regular season. You're probably just about born now. You might be out of the hospital. You're probably still in a crib, crying like a wee baby. They just like to ride rough. No, that's not safe, Surf. It's also, of course, the Nagoya horse porn shoguns of the Japanese Football League. I'm not entirely sure I believe that one, but okay. BB! Nice! Well, BB, I want to get with you. Hey, whoever pays the big sponsorship bucks to get decide what the team is called, no take backsies. No, the now stadium naming rights. That's a big thing now. You know, it used to be that stadiums had kind of cool names, or they were like named after some important person in history or something like that. For many, many years, the Washington professional football team played in RFK Memorial Stadium. Oh yeah, like they were named after something to do with the community, like Mile High Stadium, Candlestick Park. I don't actually know what Candlestick Park is named after, other than the guy that hung out with the butcher and the baker. But like, yeah, they used to play in Robert F. Kennedy Memorial Stadium, RFK Stadium. Now they play at FedEx Field. The Bears, they played at Soldier Field. Actually, I don't know where they play now. I don't know what the corporate sponsors of the Bears Stadium is now, but I don't imagine they still play in Soldier Field. Oh, it's still Soldier Field. That's nice. We have something. How dare you take a direct snap, John So. Green Bay still has Lambeau Field. And I mean, the Bills still play in a stadium. Well, it's the same stadium. It's Ralph Wilson Stadium now, and it's the same stadium it always was. It's just named after, you know, an important team owner rather than. Jeez, I'm trying to remember now who the Rich of Rich Stadium was previous to that.
Red 24. Red 24.
The new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, huh? Oh, geez, imagine trying to play in Levi's Stadium if you were Brett Favre and you had your Wrangler sponsorship to worry about. That's right, folks. I believe correction. I think I was lamenting time traveler Brett Favre and his Lee jeans in a previous video, in a previous game, and he is sponsored by Wrangler. I mean, yeah, he's sponsored by Wrangler jeans. Sports Authority Field at Mile High Stadium. Yeah, you get that sort of thing a lot. Ouch. Well done, Quentin Coyat. You got me.
Blue 48! Blue 48! Hut!
I don't think 2-yard gains is going to do it here, guys. Quentin, made up name. BB! Help us out, brother.
First down!
We may end up getting 100 rushing yards for him, or 100 passing yards for him. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Well, okay. Sam Clancy, you got us. That's another sack. Hey there, halftime lady. How you doing? Just there advertising the concept of halftime. As that balloon advertised the concept of football. Hey, that game you're watching / playing right now? Football. Graffengard, you lived in Chicago for 6 years, never saw Soldier Field. You drove by Lambeau Field 4 times a year. Oh, that's interesting. I do not live in the Twin Cities, but I've been up to visit a couple times now for various things. And I have probably been past the Metrodome more often than I've ever been past RFK Stadium I go by periodically. But yeah, I've probably been by the Metrodome more times than I have been by FedEx Field. Within sight of it. Within sight of either one, you know. I thought this was Aki. Fuck this, I'm going home. I don't know, Evan. Who do we think is singing at halftime? I will allow the chat to think about that one. Wow, 92 yards and 100% completion for Jim Kelly right now. 2 sacks kind of take away from that, but that's nice. So Thurman Thomas is not burning it up quite as much in this game, although, shoot. We're doing really well. Well enough that I worry about how good we're doing. Like the game is going to snap us back. Hulk Hogan has taught us one thing. It's that calling your venue something dome can only lead to tragedy. What about Thunderdome? That place is awesome. How come the San Diego Chargers don't play in the Thunderdome? The obvious answer is that I believe they play in an open stadium. Blunderdome. Oh, effing. Maybe they, Miss B, maybe they have moved beyond Thunderdome. They used to play there, but they're like, you know what? I'm done with that.
First down!
If it is Diana Ross, honestly, we've gotten a really, really good, we've got a really, really good booking agent for these halftime shows. Diana Ross is a get for a regular season halftime show. Run it, Jimmy, run it. Vulture.com specializes in Bober the Vulture stream reaction images.
First down! Round 52! Round 52! Hut! Hut!
This is going okay so far. Alright. the whole Wookiee helmet look going. I don't recall that, but y'all's mileage may vary.
Round 52. Round 52.
You know what? I'm just going to watch these guys in their little white uniforms and pretend that they're the silver uniforms of the Dallas Cowboys and that we're dominating against the Cowboys here, and it's not the Indianapolis Colts.
Red 24.
Quick. Nope. They had one guy right up the alley there that I could not shake. Alright. We got another run up here. These white uniforms on the orderlies because Bill's so are the orderlies because Bill's are so crazy.
First down.
There we go. Let's go fly a kite. The Thurman Thomas kite properly unfurled.
Blue 43.
Oh, and I have a Super Nintendo mug. Oh, that's great. Oh, it's only a coincidence. Thurman Kite Comets Thomas. Don't worry, I can always spell Kashik. Copy. It's true, it's a spooky ghost. Oh, almost had that one in. Let's try a dive play. We don't see those a lot. Let's give it a go. Nope. Our ass got taken down, which puts it at 2 yards. Oof. Bad news.
Blue 43.
Thurman's got this.
Touchdown.
Extra helpings. That was some old snake buttocks. Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of octo camo. They're wearing white octo camo. Thurman ain't afraid to go. Oh boy. Get this man a trough. His appetite is insatiable. I'm worried though, guys. The game is getting easy. You know that it's going to snap back right around playoff time. We got 2 more weeks. Well, we've got this and 1 more week. Yeah. Get it, Bennett.
Blue 43.
That's another of the board. Honestly, if you were playing as a human-controlled player, that would get incredibly, incredibly annoying because as I rush in like this, basically know that the computer AI is in charge. Folks at home, you're going to have to watch the YouTube replay of that because I'm not entirely sure what happened that play. I mean, I have every confidence that my boys did what they were supposed to, but maybe they already had downed the guy who was supposed to receive the ball. Oh boy. Well, you know what? You guys almost deserve that. That's fair at this point. Weird. Weird though, right?
Round 52.
I'm thinking maybe our guys had already downed the intended recipient of that handoff. Or maybe they were already in the process of taking him down, because it was in the middle of it. It looked like a tip pass.
Red 24.
I think the game must be programmed so if the ball goes dead in your team's end zone, it's a safety. Well, that would explain some things. No, it's not. You're absolutely right. I think that would not be how the rules to the rules of the NFL. It is not any time that the ball goes dead in your team's end zone that's a safety.
Round 52. Round 52. Hut, 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 hut.
Tecmo does indeed play by its own rules.
Touchdown.
You know, our guy got there before he did, but they've earned some points. Phil, hey, Chris, but you can't have a seat over here. Hanson. Wow, somebody had a speed boost going there. There's an exploit in this game where you can have your nose tackle get a sack basically every play. Yeah, I've been trying to work that one out because honestly, it would be really handy.
Big. 3-2. Big. 3-2. Hut, hut.
Let's get this to Ed Davis. You earned some points. I'm sure you did something before you did. I'm sure you did something before you did died.
Blue 43. Hut, hut, hut.
Man, now they're going to spend the rest of the season with unfinished business on this earth. It's just a light tap down as you're advancing the QB, then you dive. I may have to practice that in another game in the near future. In the last game of the regular season, possibly.
3-2. Hut, hut, hut.
Because if the game starts pulling some BS on me, then I would be willing to go to exploits. I would be willing to exploit those exploits if it decides to start getting ridiculous with the AI luck. Well, all my intended recipients are unavailable. Watch out for the VAC ban. Alright guys, let's stop making reference to spooks.
Red 24. Hut, hut, hut.
Oh boy, this isn't going well. Although, hey, I didn't lose anything. We still in the hunt for the playoffs? Wait, I mean hunt. Yeah. There we go. That's some ghastly humor I can get behind. They're calling a timeout. I'm going to go for a field goal here. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's way wide. Uff. Kick a field goal.
Red 24. Red 24. Hut, 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 hut.
Oops, that didn't quite go. Alright.
Blue 43. Hut, 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 hut.
Well done, Bruce Smith. So I continue playing center lineman here, trying to get this cheat working. There's another one for Keith Willis. Put that in the bag. 4th and 23. You got to go for it.
Round 52. Hut, 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 hut.
Aw. This is getting to be not very nice. Diving just a tiny bit too late. I do have a tendency to not want to dive, so that would be part of it.
Blue 43. Hut, hut.
There we go. Nice complete pass to Andre Reed.
First down.
59 seconds left to injure the QB. That's not what I'm after. We don't want blood.
Red 24. Red 24. Hut, hut.
Just walk away from this game and there could be no more bloodshed. Just walk away, there could be an end to the horror.
Round 52.
Alright, we got one short pass play to try and make this. Rushing QB for Jim Kelly! Yes! Spike that ball, Jim Kelly! Yeah! Oh, the AI is gonna kill me for that. The AI is gonna kill me for making a 39-7 game here. Making a 39-7 feast out of the Indianapolis Colts. It's time for a sip of tea after that. 124 passing yards, 100% completion. Honestly, Kelly did acquitted himself very well today. Jim Kelly going to the buffet, using his old plate. No shame to his game. Ran in the QB dance of paddling. Yeah, no, I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of... It's true. Entire game without an interception. I think only one fumble, right? And I tell you what, I mean... Oh, the Colts. 30 yards running, 29 yards passing. Only one first down the entire game. That they got points on the board at all is kind of a miracle. I feel bad. I feel bad that we did this, guys. I feel like, and I also feel like it's going to creep up and bite us. Yes! Look at the sky, everybody! The Buffalo Bills are your AFC East Division champions. Woo! Yeah! And it's sunny for the next week. Let's go ahead and let this last game play out. Now let's take a look at the NFL leaders. Let's look at sack first. That's right, effing. They all look beautiful. They are beautiful, no matter what you say. Words can bring them down. You know, Lethal's right. I wasn't even noticing how much Cornelius Bennett is sneaking up. We could, if we took Cox down, we chopped off Cox. We could have the number 1 and number 2 leaders in sack in the NFL. That is what this team has been up to. That's what's up. Sure look like mine, but when you start doing real well, the AI is like, let them think about it and then story. Ninja Foxmaster, that is the story of Tecmo Super Bowl, and probably Tecmo Bowl as well. It lets you get a couple of wins, especially in the early season, and then will crank up the AI. If you watch the last, like, 3 games, before the, well, yeah, I guess the past 3 weeks, you will see some hilarious, just random fumbles. So the single season sack record in the actual NFL is Michael Strahan with 22.5 sacks. I guess half a sack if you get if you contribute to a sack, but you're not the only guy involved. Yeah, you can share a sack with another player. So Keith Willis already almost there. Cox already surpassed it. 1 ball per person. All right, guys. Thurman Thomas did get back into number 2 in rushing yards in the NFL, and he's actually catching up to Deion Sanders. Don Beebe's never going to catch up to Jerry Rice in receiving yards. It's just never going to happen. Although Don Beebe and Andre Reed both have really high average yards per reception averages. Lethal. I think even if Jerry Rice got injured, I don't think we're going to get 500. I don't think Don Beebe is going to get another 3,500 passing yards. I mean, not 3,500 passing yards, 350 passing yards. It's possible, actually. Rice goes with everything. And yeah, no, that was a really good performance by Jim Kelly in that game. He's moved up to 10th in the NFL leading passers from where he was, like, what, between 13th and 15th? Oh no, Zerf. You gotta charge it up, man. I'm telling him this even though his headset just died and he can't hear me say it. Headset. Let's look at, we are not the number 1. Oh, we're the number 13 offense. We didn't actually have a huge game in yardage last go around. It was pretty good. The number 19 pass offense because I don't trust my guys anymore now. And number 10 in rushing, thanks to Byrne and Thurman. And now let's look at crushing defense stats. Kirkish. We have 802 fewer yards against us than the number 2 team. 802 yards. For folks that don't follow the football so much, if you started in one end zone and ran to the other end zone, that's 100 yards. So if you went back and forth 8 times, that's the amount of extra defense that the Bills have piled together over the second place team. Not even the worst team. The Atlanta Falcons have allowed over 5,000 yards defense. We have allowed just over 3,000. Whoosh. The last game with the Jets did help their score. Yeah. I mean, well, that may be fair, Lethal, with that score. However, I think our last game was probably the best game defensively that we've ever had, and maybe the best defensive game we ever do have. Let's hop up to the schedule here real quick and auto skip to week 17, which is, of course, as far as you can skip, because next time, folks, it is going to be the final game of the regular season. I hope you're all ready for playoff football after that. This is Bobo the Vulture, YouTube land. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.